Hi everyone, my name is Ginny. I'm a supply chain management blended student, class of 2025, and I'm so excited to be here to reflect on my video from February. Hi everyone, my name is Ginny. I'm from Vancouver, Canada, and I'm part of the class of 2025 supply chain management blended program here at MIT. Before I came to MIT, I was working at Accenture as a supply chain strategy consultant focused on sourcing and procurement. I learned about the MicroMasters through my employer because they were offering the opportunity to learn the courses sponsored by Accenture. And so over the course of the last couple of years, I finished the MicroMasters courses, I took my comprehensive final exam, and then I finally got to apply to be here in person. I think it's crazy that I'll be returning back to my job soon. It feels like it's kind of come full circle for me. Yeah, so I'm graduating in a couple weeks, and so it feels like time has really flown by. The plan is to return back to my employer, which I'm excited for because I think there are some changes and some pivots that I'll be able to make internally, but also we've been given an opportunity to continue working with our capstone advisor as an extension of our capstone project. So I don't think my time with MIT will end just yet. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do a little bit more so we get to, keep our feet wet and learn a lot. I was motivated to pick this program because I felt that it offered the world-class education for someone looking to grow their career in supply chain management. The courses, the instructors, the capstone projects, all of it felt like a very comprehensive and cutting-edge experience that wouldn't be offered anywhere else. And so MIT was really the only option for me as a supply chain practitioner. I still feel that way. I think having gone through the program now, it feels like I can say this with confidence because I've actually done it myself. I did a lot of the courses that I think I'm about to talk about in the video, and so I will say the courses are great, but that's actually not even the best part. It was definitely the friendships and the relationships and the unique opportunities that came along the way. I think this program is a great way for someone in their early and mid-career to make a pivot or try something new, especially if they're serious about the field of supply chain. Because for me, I knew I was interested in it, but I think I lacked a lot of the technical know-how or even some of the academic knowledge that I just didn't get as a marketing student. And so I would say if you are at a point in your career where you feel like you can take 6 months and kind of really commit yourself to doing something will deepen your knowledge and get you hands-on learning, then I would say this is the perfect program for you. Yeah, so there's two topics that I'm really looking forward to here at MIT. The first one being sustainable supply chain management. One of my mentors and inspirations, Dr. Josue Velasquez, is the reason why I'm so interested in the field because of all the research that he does with corporate partners and other institutions that are really at the forefront of sustainability and supply chain management. And then the other topic, which may not be everyone's favorite topic, but one of the most interesting ones for me is system dynamics. System dynamics is essentially an approach to modeling the behaviors of complex systems, especially over time. And when I found out that it was invented here at MIT, I knew I had to take it. So these two topics I'm really looking forward to over the next couple of months.
You still feel that way about system dynamics?
I do. It was my hardest course, I think, of all the courses I took. Maybe not harder than machine learning, but definitely one of the harder electives. But it was really, really interesting. I feel like that was the only class that consistently managed to blow my mind. They would always say things, they would always try to explain problems in a way that I'd never thought about. And so I still definitely feel that way, but I'll say the wild card that came in for me was a class called Leading in Ambiguity, which was not an elective I had planned to take. It was kind of a last-minute addition to my course cart. And that's a leadership course where the class instructor, he brings in speakers for every week. And there's sort of like leaders that have gone through challenging times or have to make decisions that you would never have to make in a normal day. So people who had to expand their business during COVID, or somebody who perhaps had to make business choices during the time of a war. And so I really enjoyed that class. I would say that was definitely one of my favorites at the end of the semester. Oh, my favorite memory. There are so many. I think the one that stands out immediately to me would definitely be our time in Panama, just because over the course of the spring break period, you have everyone who, everyone's been working so hard and we're all sort of exhausted, but then we're excited to go somewhere together. And I remember the anticipation of going to the airport together, being on the plane, and then it was probably one of the most exhausting travel days, but truly, I feel like it wasn't that bad because you were surrounded by people who were so excited to go on the trip with you. Maybe a good runner-up for me would be during the period of IAP, just because Scale, it started straight away, and so as the blended students, we landed maybe like a few weeks before Scale started. We really just were thrown into the deep end straight away, and we had lots of speakers. It was very engaging, and I think that almost every single day I learned something new, and that's not something you get to have necessarily in your adult working life. I think that I had maybe certain expectations about my classes, and I thought that, being here, yes, you are in school, you want to take good courses, but the reality is that you may not get every class that you want. And I had a very long list of things I wanted to take, but time constraints, scheduling, and you have to really prioritize what you have time for. And so, for example, I was really interested in a class called Humanitarian Logistics, and I was also interested in game theory, but I just did not have time realistically. And so I think I would recommend incoming students do some reflection about what do you really want to get out of the program, and then decide based on the course offerings, what are the things that you absolutely cannot miss. So like for me, system dynamics was, cannot miss it, and then I happened to have more time so I could take leading and ambiguity. But all in all, I would say you will take courses, and there's going to be so much more outside of that. So I wouldn't load your schedule up so that you can't pursue any of those other things, because that's usually where some of the most memorable moments happen. Thank you so much for the opportunity to reflect on my stories and my time at MIT. It's been a pleasure to sit here and speak to you all. Welcome and congratulations again to the class of 2026.